let's start the recording.
Hmm.
So, first of all, I'm going to ask you, why do you think you need this coaching? Do you have something in mind, or something was bothering you recently, or something you want to make clear you're doing properly, or maybe something you lack? Just can you give me your honest thought process so we can?
Okay, yeah. Basically, last year when I was competing, I have a really high individual level,
Yeah.
and I was playing like really, really good mechanically. I was permanently grandmaster, like 300, 400 LPs, trying to reach challenger, and I was feeling really good with myself. But this season, for some reason, I feel like I'm playing bad individually. Like I think I'm a better teammate, but I'm a worse player individually,
Okay.
and I don't really like that. I mean, it's okay to be a better teammate, but I don't know why my individual level decreased like that hard.
So it can it can be related to a lot of things. Sometimes it's hidden tilts. Sometimes it's just like we lose confidence because like maybe we are like, well, in our head, deep in our head, we are like, well, we don't I don't have the level to get there. Like it's past my prime or something like that, which is actually wrong. Like you can get challenger elo like at any age. There is no problem related to age, by the way. So we will go through that. Like if we watch games, we can see like so for example how you play. Maybe sometimes it's just hidden tilt, sometimes like it's just mostly tunnel vision. Yeah, because I think you deserve better elo from the games I watched. Like so you pick. I'm taking notes. You pick GM, right? Last year.
Repeat, sorry.
You pick a GM last year, last.
Yeah, yeah. I pick 500 LPs.
900 LP. Okay. So, like, basically, we can say that there is no reasons for you not to claim, right? But
Exactly.
outside your
But yeah.
outside yourself as a reason, because like
I mean, I think I don't play 100% focus my solo queues because a lot of times I'm just bored or I don't know what to do and I just join into solo queue game.
yeah,
And sometimes I win and sometimes I lose. But this time I lose more than I win. So uh, I know maybe I shouldn't play that much or I shouldn't play when I'm not in 100% of focus, but sometimes I do it anyway, because in my mind I'm like, okay, I'm Diamond 1, so whatever, I can win even if I'm not in my 100% condition.
yeah, true, yeah, because you're better than most players in this halo. Like for example, when we go to your OPGG, let me update this.
Mhm.
Okay, so like if you go to your OPGG and you see this like those games. Well, this support, let's not care. Well, this one is fine, but CS is not. Like the first thing that comes to mind is like consistency. Like maybe you tunnel vision a lot, or maybe like your mindset when you come to the
Mhm.
game isn't like a winner mindset. Maybe you're like, this elo isn't for me. I am better, but I'm not gonna try hard 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I can give you as an advice is like, do you have another account, a secondary account?
Yeah, I have one that I play for fun sometimes. I was playing jungle there because I like playing jungle as well.
It's good to play a secondary role because you get to grasp what junglers do, especially when you're a top laner. Like when you're a top laner, like, you need to understand how jungle works, because like that top lane
Is
is
this
the
one?
yeah, top lane is like super influenced by jungle, right?
Mhm.
You sent me the link.
Yeah, on your private message on Discord.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice. You seem to have fun in this one. Silas Trindamir.
Yeah, I just play.
What
Sometimes I practice, for champs that my
you?
staff tell me to play.
Yeah.
But Normally, I just play for fun. I join, I don't give a fuck, and I play whatever I want.
Okay, so in this account, like this one, you should practice champion. But like in this one, you should dig elo. And if you wanna dig elo and get to GM, you can't play like check how many champions you're playing. It's too much.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another guy told me that, and I agree. But I mean, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I don't know, if I can play Fiora here, why shouldn't I? Since I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But I understand what is between all that stuff. That if I play, I don't know, 2 3 champions, I will take a lot more elo than
Yeah.
if I play 10 champs.
Yeah.
In one game I play Kennen, in another I play Renekton, another I play Gunplank, then Ornn, then Kyle, and then I'm not like my champ pool is okay, but I can play any champion in his 100% condition.
Yeah.
Maybe my only champ that I can play like almost perfect, obviously not perfect, but my better champion will be Gunplank.
Yeah. I know that.
But
Yeah.
the others are like, well, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Yeah. I know. But let's talk about top lane. Like when you play solo queue, top lane from a solo
Uh-huh.
queue perspective. You know that top lane is the most influential lane by counter pick. It's top lane,
Yeah.
especially in solo queue.
Hmm.
So sometimes you're not going to get like last pick every time. So sometimes you're first pick. Sometimes you are last pick. So if you get last pick, you have the luxury to counter pick, right?
Hmm.
So you auto win the lane overall in solo queue if you counter
Yeah.
pick. But the lane can be influenced by jungle. Still, counter pick are valuable. But when you're first pick, you can't counter pick. So what do you need? You need blind picks. So let's go like into that. Let's do a brainstorming about like what's the blind picks in solo queue. So what do you think are the champions you can blind in solo queue and you can win with them? Like they don't have counters, or maybe they don't fall behind that easily, or like they are really strong no matter what the opponents pick.
In my case, when I have to blind pick, I pick Gunplank, but I will say there are tanks, maybe Ornn, maybe Sion, things like that can hold any lane.
So there is some truth because I think GP is a strong blind pick. Why? Because like GP can survive, right? All
Mhm.
lanes.
It's a good weak side as well.
If he is a good player, he right. Even
Mhm.
play weak side. True. So like when you're like a good GP player, even if you're like 0-1 or 0-2, you still have value because you have your ult and you can like influence the map with your ultimate, especially like bot lane, like skirmishes
Mhm.
and fight early. So JP is a really good champion. So if you have no idea what to pick, you should pick Gangplank.
Mhm.
Then you say tanks, true, like but not a lot. Like there is Maokai. I don't think Ornn is there with the nerfs. I think they did hit his laning phase a lot.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I think Maokai and Sion are good. And what's good about Sion is the fact that you have like different build paths. You can go tank, or you can go double damage item, triple damage item, and then go tank, or things like that. So you
Mhm.
can adapt to enemy composition and matchup. And both builds are really good into different and specific matchups too. There is Set.
Mhm.
Why Set? Because you have W, and like even if he's behind, he still does damage. He's still like disruptive in team fight. He have value. He can E people, like you can peel or just like flank people. Like he have value no matter how like behind he is. And there is Renekton, because like people think that Renekton maybe falls off later on, but with the blade he doesn't fall
Yeah,
that
he
hard.
doesn't.
He's really strong. And with Renekton, you will always be self-sustainable, right?
Yeah.
So and like the only hard matchup for you is Queen, right?
Yes.
And Nico to a degree, but who plays Nico top and Queen? It's so rare, right? Like you,
Yeah. Only one tricks.
yeah, it's a one trick pony, and if he counters you with Queen, and if he's not an OTP, he's not going to play her properly. He doesn't know how to cancel, like for example, your second dash, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is also Shen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Shen is a champion you can blind pick, but if you do, you can't, like for example, leave some champion open like GP and Aatrox, right? Because it's a free lane for both of them,
Yeah.
and you
With
will
GP, I think is the hardest counter for Shen.
yeah, always GP is like so hard for Shen. And at Aatrox, you're just giving him free prio and
Yeah.
free lane. You can't punish him. He just can keep his E and he is your taunt, and you can't like play
About
around.
Shen in solo queue, do you think I should go Ignite, like
Y-
the guy who is a one trick Shen?
Yeah, Shen in solo queue better go Ignite.
Ignite, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's something you need to practice to be efficient with Ignite and then not lose a lot when it comes to waves. So your wave management should be really really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't watch your games, but I think like if you just work that like champions, I am 100% sure if you just play 3 champions, what sorry, if you play like 3 champions, there is no way you don't get GM. Cause the problem when you play a lot of champions is that like your brain is like processing a lot of things. Like every champion is 4 spells plus 1 passive. Like imagine if you play like 10 champions. Like it's too much things to process.
Yeah.
It's too much things to process. You have also waves to process. You need 2v2s jungle top to process matchup, and there's a lot of things going on. So what's good about like digging elo is that you're digging also confidence. So if you dig elo and you practice champions in your smurf, you're actually like getting better, because like you're getting quality games when you hit like master 150 LP, things like that. You learn, I think, more than when you play in Diamond 1.
Yeah, of course.
That's 100% the case. So my first advice for you should be like you playing like 3 champions or 4 champions. Like if you wanna go outside this bubble, for example, of 3 champions, should be like if you are last pick and you can counter pick. For example, if they have an Ornn top and you are last pick, you can get this, right?
Yeah.
Because it's free. You can even get this, but this is good into Ornn, but not good into all comps. Cause like
Yeah, if they have a lot of range on that
Yeah.
stuff, you can play.
yeah, you can't play. If they have a lot of range, they have a lot of zone control, she can't dish damage and she's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Fiora is like in isolation, she's super strong. She auto wins side lane if they have a tank. She wins side lane versus like all bruisers later on, but she lose lane to some bruisers. So for example, if they have this or this, you can go Fiora.
Yeah,
It's-
Fiora work are really good in my solo queues. Like I just perma split no matter what, and like people don't know how to play against
Yeah.
a split push.
Well, in Diamond 1 they don't know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously, in Morilo,
Yeah.
they do.
And even if you split in Diamond 1, your team is going to take fight they shouldn't take. So it's you being good at the champion and split pushing properly. So maybe your split push with Fiora is really good compared, for example, to other champions. What do you? I didn't watch your games like on Fiora Renekton to judge, but what do you think? Because sometimes some players they do split push really well with some champions and not with others, even if both are good split pushers.
I will say like with Fiora, yes. With Renekton and other champions, no. I mean, obviously they are not a split push champions like that, but I think the only champion that I'm really good split pushing is Fiora. With Kale, no, because he doesn't deal that much damage in turrets, and I don't really know how
Yeah,
to what to do. And I prefer to group with Kale and be like the second support with my AD or my jungle or whatever who's fed,
yeah,
and ult him and play like a second support, on the
yeah,
team fights.
yeah,
But on the split push, I don't feel really comfortable with Kale because I don't think she's that strong taking turrets.
yeah. She's not. Yeah, she's not. Like Kale is like level 16 win condition. If the enemy comp let her like be free, if she's free, it's auto win. Like even if you shut down her early, if you go to this like win condition, she's like impossible to deal with.
Yeah.
But this champion is like super strong when you pick it in red pick 5, last pick, and if like she's free, she have a free lane. It's
Yeah,
almost a win. It's
with
a
two
win.
items, I think you win
Yeah,
any matchups, literally.
yeah, you do. How do you value your split push as a Gangplank?
Uh, I watch. I don't know if you know the skill cap web.
Uh,
Do you know the skill cap?
the YouTube channel or something. Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it's an official web. I mean, my coach give me a free account
yeah,
that it is with everything unlocked, and I watch a lot of videos about split pushing can move and collapse, or split pushing
yeah,
to avoid bad matchups and that stuff. And for example, with Gunplank, what I wanna do, like, or I do the most of the times, is just pushing to move. I don't really like staying in my lane and taking turrets because it's whatever. Like Gunplank 5v5 potential, I think it's really really strong with
yeah,
barrels. So I prefer to hard push the wave always, unless there is a like a elder fight,
yeah,
and then I move. So when the another guy is taking the wave and it's recollecting his farm, I'm just moving, and I have a prio, in my lane, and I
yeah.
can use that prio to look for a fight.
Let's say like there is no T1 and no T2,
Mhm.
and you are red side, and you're
Mhm.
and you're playing Gangplank,
Mhm.
right? Uh, like how do you split push as Gangplank influence how your team should play? Because you have ult, right? You have
Mhm.
barrels. They gives you move speed, so it's kinda, how can I put it? It's kinda a form of safety, right?
Mhm.
Right, with that. And if you play it properly, for example, if you use bushes, if you use like fog of war
Mhm.
properly, like there is a hard time for your opponents to deal with you. While like you're really pressuring this side
Mhm.
of the map.
What I do a lot, even in lane, is doing the shadow. For example, where in that case that you put in bot
Yeah,
lane,
yeah,
imagine that I hard push bot lane
yeah,
and I should shadow into mid. Like,
yeah,
I just don't want to. I don't stay on bot, like watching how the enemy farm the wave,
yeah,
and I don't show myself on mid. I just stay on the bottom side, but in shadow,
yeah.
so they don't know where I am and they have to respect.
That's what you have to do. For example, if you're splitting both side, for example, you are doing a 4-1.
Mhm.
You are here, and your team is like trying to get this turret, right?
Mhm.
If you have, you should always have a control ward on you,
Mhm.
right? You should always have blue trinkets. Why blue trinkets? Because like, if you have T2, this quadrant of the map should be yours.
Mhm.
I mean, this team, if they want to get vision over this quadrant, they need to either fight for it or die for it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because like you have T1 and T2. So if you have proper vision and you get it, because like right now this is vision control for you, for your team, not information. When turrets are up, if you put wards here and here, it's not vision control, it's just information, because you can't contest this ward, they still have turrets.
Mhm.
So vision control is in your side. The moment you get turrets, you put wards, it's vision control, it's not information. Do you get it?
Hmm.
So if they lost T1 and T2 and you're split pushing and your team is trying to get this, the moment like you build the wave, you, as you said, you should shadow here,
Hmm.
because if your team is like stuck in a wave, they can't defend. They shouldn't versus GP, because like you have R and you have barrels.
Yeah, and this zone is really hard to defend for them.
Yeah, and you're like really hard to deal with. Cause Gangplank's he likes two things. He likes comps that comes to him. They need to come into you. For example, dive comps,
Hmm.
cause he can barrel backline. For example, like you don't have like to barrel. For example, the top laner or the jungler that going to jump on your team, but you can barrel their support, ADC, and mid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they can follow up then.
True. He works like a Varus. For example, why Varus is so strong and permanently banned? Not because he's oppressive with poke, but for example, if a fight occurs and people like jump on Varus team, Varus can just R backline, and they are like mid, ADC support, and like jungle top. They are like miles in different position. That's why
And I have
Varus is
to split because the
yeah
barrels
yeah
are.
yeah. That's why like champions like Varus and Gangplank have a lot of value in competitive play. Like you see, Gangplank isn't sometimes picked, and he isn't like consistently picked, not because the champion is bad, but because like the champion is really hard to pilot.
Yeah.
That's the main reason. So I think Gangplank on isolation and as a split pusher is really strong, but not the strongest. For example, if they have a Camille, you're going to suffer.
Yeah.
If they have a Fiora, you're going to suffer. Maybe you're not going to suffer in lane, but later on you're going
Yeah,
to
in,
suffer.
in lane it's good for Gunplank, but
Yeah,
on
yeah,
long lane
yeah,
it's for Fiora.
yeah. So for example, if you're playing in GM level and they have Camille and you win the lane and you get this both turrets, you can't go this deep.
Hmm.
You can't. So your wave control over the split push is not going to be optimal. Like for example, if you're split pushing versus I don't know, Aatrox, you can still deal with him. By the way, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because you can just barrel the jump or the
Yeah, and
EQ
run.
and you
Yeah.
run. But Camille, she can jump 2 screens, and it's hard for you to deal with. And she can also dodge things with ult. Fiora, she have like almost permanent move speed, so you can't deal with her, and she outskill you. And both Camille and Fiora outskill you. Aatrox, you can still deal with him in side lane and isolation. Even like weak side, you can deal with him. So I think this discussion about like split push comes from the fact that, in my opinion, you should focus on 3 champions in this specific account,
Hmm.
because I think that's the only way, or maybe the only problem between you and GM is the number of champion you're playing. Because the more champion you play, the more metrics you have in your brain, and you can't focus the game. You're mostly focusing champions matchup, and you don't have to do that. Those things should be mechanical, like normal for you at this level.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know that you're playing for a team, and your coaches and analysts, etc., are going to ask you to play other champions. It's fine. That's really good from them. Play them in this account,
Okay.
not this one. This one, you need to like finish the day, and you're like, today I won 85 LP. I play 3 games. You play 3 games in this account. You win. You stop. Don't greed. You lose 2 games. You stop. Because this account for you is like confidence account. You can even name it that. You need to get to GM, because I'm sure the moment you get to GM, you will learn more, and you will feel better, and you will perform even better in your team. Because like no matter the team you are in, and no matter your teammates, MMR and Elo Talk are always there, and sometimes they are hard on the moral, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. Because even if your teammates are like, for example, super friendly, but Elo is there. Like for example, you're in the lobby, there is GM, and there is the one but your former
Yeah,
GM.
yeah.
So if it's not your teammate, it's your opposition. So for example, what I can give you as motivation as a player, and that's something I do with a lot of players, is like try to outrank your opposition. For example, you have an important game in 2 weeks, and you're playing versus a top laner who's GM. I don't know, 44 LP, things like that, something like that, 440
Hmm.
LP. Try to outrank him before you play the game versus him, because if you do that, you're going to put pressure into him, and at the same time, you are feeling better, because you know you are better than him from LP like point of view. But imagine like you really deserve GM plus, and you're playing with someone who's master, and he's like, well, I'm playing with the guy who's stuck diamond one. He can think that. He's free to think that, by the way, even if it's a bad way of thinking, but he's free,
Hmm.
and that's give him confidence, right?
Yeah.
So even in some matchups, he's going to play them like he's winning them, and he can be like an annoyance. But if you are GM, he's going to be well. This guy is higher elo than me. I should be worrying. I should pay attention to him. I shouldn't make any mistake. This one, if he is higher than you, he's going to play with a lot of confidence, and he can just make some matchups who shouldn't be hard for you hard.
Yeah, that happened in solo queue when I don't know someone is playing now that matchmaking is fucked. Like when someone is playing I don't know in Diamond One or Low Master and it's Reckless, they are like, oh fuck, I'm against Reckless.
Yeah,
If I make one mistake, I'm dead, you know. And
yeah,
when they die one time, it's like the game is over.
yeah.
Just because they play with no balls.
Yeah, yeah, you should. Like this account, you should, in my opinion, if you respect the 3 games rule,
Hmm.
because you're digging L, and you should dig L. You know why? Because if you wanna go pro, and you want to get scouted from a team, they will come check your that's your main account, right? They're not going to
Hmm.
ask you, by the way. They're going to ask people, not you. It's even worse for you. They're going to ask people, and imagine I am a scout and I'm going to come. This is your account. I'm going to be like 1-8 of 1-8. Check CS. This. Yeah, this guy plays a lot of champion. It's good. It's positive. But he's kind of trolling in solo queue. They're not going to be like, is he consistent? Is he like trying to learn? Is no. They're going to be like, this guy is inconsistent. He plays too many champions. Or this guy like dies a lot. This guy like don't farm properly. They're going to look even at your items. But if you imagine if you're like digging elo in this account, and you have only blues. You play 3 games a day. You are like master, close to GM, and someone is scouting you. Well, this guy is like really serious. He's taking solo queue seriously. It's like he's taking solo queue as a scrim. He's doing his best. He's not like limit testing. And then he's going to talk to you, and then you will be, yeah. I have an account when I limit test, but this one I want. This one shows my motivation, my identity as a player. I really want to go pro, and then that's your portfolio. It's your main account. Are you okay with that? What I said?
Yeah, yeah.
So now let's go into more specifics. Wanna watch a game?
Oh yeah, sure.
Which one do you think is a good one?
I would like to see the Kennen one because I didn't know how to snowball properly. Like I was ahead on the early game with our jungle, and a lot of things happened on the game, and I wasn't able to carry or do. I don't know. I feel I feel that I couldn't carry, but I don't know why. Maybe I did something wrong that I didn't see, or I don't know.
Well, first of all, like yeah, that's the rune is good. Okay, so what do you think of what do you think of the champions like Kennen? What do you think of Kennen as a champion? Do you think it's good in solo queue?
Mm, I have no idea, honestly.
Like imagine this comp, they have two, like it's solo queue, so the comp is like meh. Like they have two champions they wanna dive in, go in,
Mhm.
which is actually good for Kennen, right?
Mhm.
And they have like one, two, three champions that they just hit you from far away.
Mhm.
And they have a champion that outrange your whole team, right?
Mhm.
And they have Caitlyn outrange your whole team, and Lulu behind them. So it's going to be you in team fight, or later on you should be dealing with this, right?
Mhm.
But then again, it's really hard because they have Lulu, and they have W, Lulu's W.
Yeah.
So it's really really hard unless like you get a perfect flank into Lulu and you force her to ult herself. That's the
Mhm.
perfect scenario for you, right?
Yeah, I picked Kennen here because we had an Olaf mid and Grave Jungle and Ezreal AD, and I was fourth pick. I didn't see the enemy top, so I went for an AP. That I think that blind PP
Yeah,
that they have no counters on top like Kennen.
yeah.
They counter picked me with Irelia, but I think I played fine the laning phase. But it was after the laning phase that I just don't know what to do or
Okay.
how to snowball properly.
So do you want us to go over laning phase two and then later on, okay, we can do both, whatever you want.
Okay, yeah, fine.
What did you start with, Cole? Doran. Okay.
No, the run, yeah. My idea here was okay. Irelia stomps me level 1
Mhm.
for the Q and his passive,
Yeah.
so I want to freeze the lane
Yeah.
with the minion stack
Yeah.
and let the wave push into me. And then with the bounce, I have the minion advantage, so Irelia can't trade me at all
Yeah. True.
because I will win
Yeah. True.
her. And then after that, I just recall, I take my level 6, and with level 6, then I can do things. Because with the spellbook, we have kill potential on top with my ignite.
True.
Or even TP bot and look for a play. But
True.
on
Because
the early game, this matchup I think is hard for Kennen on top. So I want to just farm
do
and be calm.
do you think this is necessary?
I think it is, but I'm not sure. I mean, I saw like everyone goes domination second with bot healing runes with Kennen.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you think something is, I mean, sorcery, for example, with Nimbus Cloak or something like that is better, you can tell me. I
I
mean,
think
I can try that, you know.
I think this is like the rule is like this is good into melee because you can abuse
Uh huh.
it, right? So yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like Nimbus Clock is so broken, especially when you're like using
A
this,
spellbook. Yeah.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
you are a champion who have an ult, and you really rely on your flash to get like into position, and
Yeah.
like move speeds that you get from Nimbus Clock is really valuable for you, especially when you're playing versus Corki, Caitlyn, and Lulu, because those two champions they outrange you, and this one can make your engage hell and hard.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, this will help you get, for example, Ghost, right?
Mm-hmm.
And flank with it, and you get like the Ghost Nimbus Cloak. You can even like get the cleanse sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Like cause
So, in second rune, I should take like Nimbus Cloak
yeah, yeah.
and what else? Transcendence, maybe Gathering.
I think Gathering Storm is good mostly on ADCs, and what's the Transcendence is good, but I don't know if you cap how much. Yeah, you're going for Zen. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I cap.
yeah. Like for example, if you go Transcendence, you can even, I don't know. You need this, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in this matchup. But if you don't need this in some other matchup and you go Transcendence, you can
I can
go,
go CDR.
yeah,
Yeah.
this. And Call is good, by the way. Call start is really good. Like what
Okay.
I can give you another advice. For example, if you go Call,
Mm-hmm.
you can go. You can avoid. For example, if the enemy comp doesn't need you to go Nimbus Clock, you can go Call and you go like cut down, because you have a low pool of HP, and you're going to use it without getting the Doran Blade. So you
Okay,
go into obvious.
I take Cotton alone against tanks.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I think it's like
yeah,
so OP and people don't know about
yeah.
it.
It's versus Ornn, versus Maokai. It's good for you.
Hmm.
Versus this guy, it's not.
Yeah, he doesn't stack a lot of HP.
Yeah,
He is more like
yeah, and he
flat armor or MR.
yeah, true. And mostly he have ult. He can gap close on you fast, and you're squishy.
Yeah.
You need the extra HP.
Hmm.
So you go Doran, Blade versus this guy,
Hmm.
and you don't take kill. You need the extra HP from Doran. Well, let's watch the game.
Well, the early game was like tragic, I think.
Well, you have Olaf, which
Oh
is
no, 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 no! It wasn't this game. It was another one that I played. I think. No, no, no.
Olaf is like super bad because he doesn't scale. I have no idea why this guy is playing Olaf mid.
Me neither.
Yeah. I know this guy. He's a really good player. I think that's his Smurf. He's a GM.
See, yeah. He's on his move. He was doing with his jungle.
Yeah. He's like Caitlyn is really good. He's a really good.
And
player.
I know Corki as well. He do you know Pepinero?
Yeah, I know.
Spanish
Pepe.
player.
Of course, I know. Pepe.
Okay, it's Corki.
Okay. So.
I mean, he's. I mean, mechanically, this guy is so good. I mean, he's out of his. I mean, his mind is just crazy, but mechanically, I think he's like so fucking good.
He's.
And this game, he carried with Lulu. Like, I don't know,
Who's Pepinero? Lulu or Corki?
Corki.
Corki.
But he carried with Lulu buffs. I mean, Lulu just spam keyboard on Corki and Corki 1v9s.
Well, Pepe was always a good player, but I think he doesn't care.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's his problem as a player. But he's really gifted. Like, yeah, he's really good. This one is this guy and this guy both are from the same team. It's a semi-professional Egyptian team. I know them. Like this one is Grandmaster. He's like the best Israel in the world when it comes to stats, etc. Like they even did a video about him. His Israel is really really good. And this guy is a jungler. He's like mostly master, picket master at best. But this guy is a GM, low challenger player. He's really good. And Pippi. So this game looks spacey. Olaf is like really bad champion. I have no idea why this guy is playing Olaf mid. I don't know. Like Veigar support versus this comp. Like there is no way this guy does something.
30 seconds until
Veigar had the last pick. I mean, their last pick was Irelia, but he was like fourth pick. You know, I mean, he knew that he was facing Kaylin and Lulu.
Nice, you got the XP.
Yeah, we actually take 2 wars here.
Okay, so they really want you to get level 2. They helped you in this match.
minions have spawned.
So, why did you take minion demo, if I can ask you?
I went to when it comes to cannon waves. I think it's really good if I can just use the
fights?
Dematerializer into cannon and have a fast recall.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, I don't think there is another rune that it's that good. You know, I mean, I can take cookies, but
No, it's not good. It's not good.
you know, so I prefer to take that.
That's
It gives me basically a free recall with cannon waves.
true. That's a free recall, and that's also a free room into skirmish, for example. So you give your opponents the choice: either you lose the wave or you join too.
Yeah, or
So,
you join. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the purpose of this. Because for you as a champion, I don't think this helps you in any way with the wave.
No, absolutely not.
It's not like-
It basically there is there is not a good rune, you know.
Yeah. In that,
So
in
I
that-
just,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just take that.
Like for example, you're not Echo. Echo, he needs that to use it on the cast.
Yeah, exactly. It's, yeah.
Nice.
Now I choose respect and I wait till the bones, and then with the bones I can punish really auto attacking her 24/7. Yeah, I don't know if I respect here so much, but I have really bad experience against Aurelius because his level 1 is like so strong with
Yeah.
passive.
Like you should start a Q, and just last it with Q from
Mhm.
don't be in her zone of influence, because she can chunk you, and if she chunks you level 1 to level 2, you lost the lane. It's really hard for
Yeah.
you to come back, because the champion is designed to counter you, like, and then just like play. You're really stronger than her in team fight, and you can impact team fight more than her. But you specifically as Kennen, you shouldn't fall behind in this matchup. You can't. You should win, or just go even without dying, or like play the wave accordingly. So your jungler, like for example, in this situation, what I can tell you, the moment Graves hit this space around blue, Gromp and Wolf, either you communicate with him, because he should be smart enough to know that he's patting top side, and if he pats top side, your HP bar doesn't matter, because like virtually you're 2v1, right? But then you know that Nocturne didn't start here, right? So he's going to pat toward top side, so it's actually going to be 2v2. So you should value your HP bar. For example, if Nocturne started red, and he was
I can trade even if I lose the
Yeah.
trade because the jungle will be top.
yeah. That's how you should play this matchup. Okay. She doesn't have stun. You can like yeah. You're a little bit too cautious or scared of her. But like, right now it's really hard for you, because like she's going to crush the wave, right? So it's really hard for you like to keep the wave in this place in this.
Yeah, with Kennen, if I tank these minions, I die.
Yeah, you die, yeah.
Even if she don't have stun.
Yeah, because like in wave 2 you didn't. I mean in the wave early you didn't like contest.
Yeah, I didn't think the wave. I didn't
Yeah,
think the wave.
and you didn't contest her autos.
Yeah.
Because she had passive, yeah. Yeah, and you can't. Like it's really hard for you. So she did the cheat. She did
The
a
cheat recall.
cheater recall.
Yeah.
So now she's going to have like resource advantage over you. Well, at least you have Doran and you can last hit under turrets. Well, let me show you something. Like okay. Like when the turret is like firing, like you sometimes if you saw, you hit the creeps a little bit too early, like when the bolt is here or something. Just always like hit them at the end. Don't rush the minions. Like be a little bit patient with them.
Okay.
The problem
Here I start to build a slow push.
Yeah.
My idea here was just last hit the minions, create
Yeah.
a slow push, and if Irelia wants to trade, even if he have a Doran Blade
yeah.
advantage, I should win both for the creeps. You know.
Of course, because you have a big wave with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something a lot of people don't understand, because like they have a wave and they are like, well, I can't trade, or like the opposition is like, I can't trade with him. I have a Doran Blade advantage. But he have an army advantage. Like like for example, this happens a lot. We can see, for example, bot. Like for example, in this situation, check, the wave is going to push, right? So does this Caitlyn need like I mean, we can check early. Okay, so in this situation,
Here, yeah.
in this situation, for example, Lulu shouldn't be here, right? Lulu can be here.
Yeah, because they can't all in since you have huge waves.
Yeah, they can't. So that's actually the same thing for top for you.
Mhm.
I just personally think that Kennen isn't a really good champion for solo queue. I mean, for you to win with Kennen, you need the star to align, and you need like to be super good with the champion, and you need the composition the enemy composition and your composition to be really good. Either you get a jungler that's going to enable you, which in my opinion Graves isn't the case, because he mostly is going to power farm. And if it was, for example, Rek'Sai, that's a good champion for you to enable your early game to get, like, for example, a huge lead and like keep rolling. And Kennen is like not super good in solo queue. In competitive, he's actually fine, not really good, but he's fine. Like as a last pick into some composition, he's really good. Like, check. Do you happen to talk with your jungler? Like ping him or like write to him something, or you don't use chat? Because I think it's better if you don't use chat, in my opinion.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I have it like super small. I just use pings, and if someone writes something toxic, I just insta mute.
Yeah. In my opinion, you should like disable chat, like keep
Mhm.
pings, because like your jungler should be good enough to understand that you're building a wave, right?
Yeah.
And he just can come and be here. Like if
Okay.
he was a really good player, and he was using macro, he was going to see that she did a cheater recall on you, and she's not going to use TP. He was like in a right pathing to be here. By the way, imagine
Yeah,
if she
he should cover me the 6 wave to shove the wave, right?
yeah, and he should be here. Imagine if she was going to ward here, and he's here.
Yeah.
With like, and like she just lose one corruption or two versus Graves, and with like phase rush he can like chase her and like get like half her HP. He can
Yeah.
even like force her to use all the corruption, and that's really good for you. And if he does that and you're building the wave, you can even try to dive her or like just burn her flash, because he knows that Nocturne started top. I mean, started both side into top, and like there is no
Yeah.
way a Nocturne is going to try to be top side right now. He's either around mid, but mid is like low, and Olaf have a wave, so he can't gank, or he's either around bot side for this.
Yeah, and then this grab and
Yeah.
his comes spawn now.
Yeah, so it's like both side scuttle into both side camps, cause like he did like almost a full clear. So what's good about this full clear is like his camps are going to spawn in synchro, so he's bot side.
Mhm.
So in this situation, Graves should be top. He just should be waiting for Irelia. But I think 100% he's not using macro. He didn't like use if keys to see like that Irelia did he did a slow like a chisel recall into you.
Mhm.
That's something that could influence the lane really well into your favor if he was there waiting for it. For example, if he was a really good player, 100% he's going to be here or here. But the best situation or best placement for him is tree bush, because it's safer. I mean, you individually, like what you're doing is really good, but then again you're playing Kennen. Like it's really hard for you. How can I put it? On an isolation in this lane, you kill her when she does a big mistake, right?
Mhm.
But otherwise you can't. Nice usage of minion dematerializer. Yeah.
Here she leans me, I think.
That's really bad from her. Yeah. What the hell is she doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had to leave. Then I mean, I don't care. I try to don't care as much as I can to lose
Yeah. That
the cannon,
that's really
but
good. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. That's
I
really
mean,
good.
here, if as you said, no, if Rose was here,
Yeah.
she was just dead.
She was dead. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why top lane is influenced by jungle a lot. But what you did is really good. You just like missed some CS compared to her. Like, I'm not going to check what happened with jungle and mid. Like, just watching Olaf mid, I don't know why he's Olaf mid. So you're going into Seekers or not?
I go Protobelt into Oblivion Orb,
Mm.
and then I was thinking if I should finish Morelos for Aurelia's help, heal and Lulu, but I thought it was better going for Void Stuff, second item
Yeah.
after Oblivion, because they had they were stacking a lot of MR. Nocturne and Irelia were stacking a lot of MR. I don't know if it was the right thing because my job should be like killing the battle lane.
Yeah.
So I'm not so sure. You know, maybe I made a mistake with the build there.
Well, it's like Graves. It's like, for example, Graves builds Black Cleaver because he is playing versus Ornn, and there is 4 squishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't need to build Black Cleaver. He need to build like lethality to kill squishes.
Lethality, yeah.
So you in this situation, you're playing versus Irelia and Nocturne, and you should understand that Nocturne, when he's level 6, he can all in you with Irelia, right? So you need your you need your Seeker's Armor Guard. That's super
Yeah.
important.
Okay.
That's one of the that's the most, I think, the most cost efficient item in the game, and it gives you too much armor. Like, even if she have, for example, Youmuu's, you're like negating the Youmuu if you have Seeker, which is really valuable versus this composition. Like, you go Seeker, and it's not your job to waste too much money on the Morello. This guy can get like Gravis Wound, right, for cheaper, and so you can get into your Zonia Protobelt or Seeker Protobelt Zonia.
Okay.
That's really good. And in this composition, they have 1, 2, 3, 4 champion with mostly AD, Corki with some magic damage, right? But this champion, they rely on auto attacks a lot, right? So you should, maybe if you go Morello, you should go Morello because you're going to go Tabai. Because Tabai, for example, in this game, they have a lot of value, right?
Yeah.
The only thing you're going to miss if you go Tabai is like the magic pen into squishes. But then if you have Oblivion Orb with Morello and the Zonia, then a Tabi, like, it's actually good because since Caitlyn doesn't have, for example, magic resist, it's good. It's going to be hard for you the moment Caitlyn get like the null magic mantle. At that moment, your Oblivion Orb isn't enough, so you need this. You need like to invest into more magic penetration. But till she gets like the magic resist, like, you can just go Tabai into like, for example, Morello, because like, just see yourself into Irelia Nocturne and like flanking the backline, and you're going to eat autos from this, autos from this, autos from this, auto from this. You're not going to eat autos from all 4 of them, but the most auto you're going to get are like Caitlyn, yeah, right, and Irelia. If you flank and they jump on you, or if you flank Caitlyn and she flash and she autos you. Like this game, for example, Graves should go Tabais. This guy should go Tabi, and this guy should go Tabi Iceborne too. Not Vigar, but Israel.
Yeah, Israel. Yeah.
Like, I know that magic penetration is something as a Kennen player you like, magic pen boots, but sometimes some items in some situations they have so much value. Like Tabai, they reduce autos, right? And most damage I have in front of me are autos. Are you okay with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Tabai have so much value this game. On 1, 2, 3, 4 champions in your side. I hope they get it. If they don't get it, I'm going to be a little bit mad. Because it makes no sense if this champion go something else, especially this champion. Because with passive and Tabai, he can just tank the whole team. This champion should be Grave should be auto win for you guys. Okay, so Nocturne is already level 6. Yeah, because he got
Yeah, like here we thought it was for us. So Graves ran into me and I run to him as well. But no, it was for bot side. Like on top, I go back, and Graves start to run to me
yeah.
because we thought it was for us.
Yeah, like imagine you're playing Graves, and Nocturne is like ahead in levels and in farm. He shouldn't be. There is no word Nocturne should be ahead. Especially like we saw that Olaf was like hard shoving mid. Well, she inted, right?
Yeah, I mean I had ignite, so I wasn't scared about his
Yeah.
all in.
Yeah, that's good usage of spellbook. The 7 minutes ignite, it's really good. You still have TP now. You have TP advantage. You should keep it, right?
I use it because he hard push. I think
Mm,
yes, I do.
do you think you should TP in this situation? What's you're going to lose by the way?
Like our jungle said that he wanted to fight Herald, and Herald is up soon, and Drake they just took the Drake,
Yeah.
so there is no objectives on bot lane. I mean the red call should be me bot lane, we swap,
Yeah.
and bot lane goes up, but it's
Yeah.
solo queue.
It's solo queue.
So I mean, basically the Herald was up in like 40 seconds, and it really was hard pushing my lane. So
Yeah.
I said, okay, I just tip it up, I fight the
Okay.
pressure, and we go for Herald.
Yeah, but do you have your ult?
No, I don't.
So
1
you,
minute.
So you can't fight for this with like 3v3. You don't have this.
Yeah, I
you-
have to wait like
Yeah.
40 seconds.
Yeah, your champion is a champion who needs his ultimate. He's like designed
Yeah.
to use this, right? Without this,
Mhm.
you don't have value. Without her ult, she have value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a bruiser.
Yeah.
She have value even if she doesn't have her ultimate. This guy need his ult. But in isolation, he can fight you with fear Q and autos. But you really rely on your ultimate. Really, you need your ult. Because in your ult you have a lot of things. You have a self peel, you have like damage, you can like zone people with it, you have a lot of things. So this herald, you can't fight it right now. Even if like for example...
Okay, so here I should like keep my
Yeah.
TP and
Yeah.
just run, just walk into my lane.
Yeah, she entered,
save it.
she gave you a free kill, and she
Mhm.
TP'd into lane. What you're going to lose if you walk? You're going to lose one cannon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're losing cannon, and you have TP advantage,
Mm-hmm.
and you tempo the fight here. He can solo herald. Like
Mhm.
at this moment, he should do golems into herald, because this guy doesn't have his ult.
Okay.
And you keep your TP, because like your bot lane are playing Israel Veigar, which is Veigar E is a good setup, into Caitlyn Lulu, which is like perma push, right? They have
Mhm.
perma prio Caitlyn Lulu. They are shoving bot lane. They were always shoving bot lane. So you just ask for an alcove ward, and then you push the wave top the moment you recall, maybe in 1 minute and a half or 2 minutes, or the moment your ult is up, and you shove the wave and you get the proper TP bot, and then you either kill this or this, and you get this or this tilted, and you give something to your bot lane to breathe,
Mhm.
and your jungler can either be here or here with Herald. Don't use it, but he can get XP up, and you're winning more
Okay.
from
Okay.
this. Like, the moment you killed her, she's going to use TP. You're winning. She doesn't have
Yeah,
TP. She
I have 300 gold advantage and
Yeah.
summoner.
you can lose
Okay.
one. It's worth more than one cannon, so it's
Mhm.
fine. It's fine if you lose it. Like, imagine if you didn't TP, you were going to be here, right?
Yeah. I just lose one melee and cannon.
Yeah, you lose the melee and the cannon. Now you TP it for like 4 creeps and the cannon, and
Yeah.
you can do nothing even if Herald was up, cause like you don't have your ult, and you still have 1 minute on it. Value your potential as a champion. The champion need his ult. Olaf need his ultimate. Graves doesn't. Israel doesn't. Veigar needs his ult. Some champions need their ult. They are designed to be strong with them and a little bit less when they don't have them. I don't think this is this your ward?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this ward is not good because like the wave is not shoved into her, so this is hard for you to contest. Because if you come to this area, she can still all in you, right? Even if you have like Kindle Gem and Revolver and you have one level ahead, one level ahead, she can still kill you, right? At this situation, you don't have your ult. She can kill you if you step up to river right now.
Okay, so first I should shove the wave if I can, and then I
Always,
put the ward,
always.
right?
Because if you
Okay.
don't shove the wave, this ward you can't contest it. If you wanna contest it and you wanna contest it, she can kill you. She can fight for it. But if you push it and you get it, she doesn't know where you used your counter ward, which is actually better if you use it, like for example, for information here, right? Or here, since you're playing versus a champion who have like a Somi global, it's better if you use it like deep. Because you usually
Yeah, I think this game I ward 1 or 2 times their golems, the nocturne golems, for to see. It's like against Evelyn.
Yeah.
Against Evelyn, I can put normal wards.
But this one, like she's around the area, and you showed her like you warded, and this ward is not. Yeah, she's giving you vision, but she can contest it and take it, and she can kill you if you try to defend it. And like
Okay.
always control ward, always put them in your side like this when you have prio. Because if you have prio, they can't contest it, right? You don't have prio, they can't contest it. For example, mid, if you have prio, right? You can ward this bush, or you can ward this. But if you don't have prio, you should control ward this, because this, if the wave is in a stalemate situation, you can still contest it, right? But this, if the wave is in the middle, you can't contest it, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing for top lane. You can't this one. Like check. Who tells you that Nocturne is here, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now you should play like Nocturne is here. Don't put this word. Just play it smart, slow. Get the prio, or if you can't get the prio, keep the wave here, and keep your counter ward. The moment you get prio or you get the wave rolling, then you can look for a like 25-second window. You can use it like to get deep vision. Because Nocturne is going to ult you if you push. He's going to ult you from this bush, right? Or from this near this wall, or from this place, or from this place to this place, right? Because like rank 1 ult Nocturne is like from this wall to this wall, right? 100%.
Yeah. I play Nocturne jungle.
Yeah,
I probably know another ranges.
Yeah, that's the range. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine if you zone her. Yeah, but she doesn't know that she can kill you. Right, like in this situation.
I mean, here I'm level 8 and she's 6, so I don't think she can fight. Like, no way.
Well, I mean, the moment you were 7 here, it's fine, and she have like null magic mantle. Do you think you can do damage to her? Like, if she stacks passive, she can still kill you. By the way, you don't have ignite. Like sometimes when I play this champion, Irelia, I am like amazed with the damage she deals. By the way, sometimes I'm like, I can do the maths, but sometimes she does some damage. I'm like, oh, how much damage I dished right there? It's too much. That's how you should play. That's really good. But you should be here, not here. Right?
Yeah, more aggressive positions in
Yeah.
time to level the head.
Yeah. Or you should be in her face here,
Mhm.
and you are like,
Blocking her.
yeah, you can't play the game.
Mhm.
Your lane is over for you. I am in control of the lane. You can't play it. And at the same time, keep in mind that they have a Nocturne and his ultimate is up soon. Maybe you don't know the timer, but you know it's soon and you know the range since you play jungle. That's really, really good. It's working in your favor, so you should position yourself accordingly.
Mhm.
Right now your positioning is really good too, because like it's the safe way, but you're not abusing her, but you have you're 2 level ahead.
Here, Grace was pinging the Herald that he want to go to Herald.
Yeah, and Nocturne is smart enough to be topside. What do you think of the 2v2s? You Graves versus Irelia Nocturne.
I think we win.
Yeah, especially if Graves hits a good W.
Yeah, I mean he just have to wait to my stun. I mean,
Yep.
he have to do nothing till I stun them with ultimate, and then he use his combo.
Yeah.
So Irelia can't Q.
His setups really. Your setup is really good for his W. Yeah. Yeah, that's kinda your bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Graves isn't near you to help.
I should respect like for like
Yeah.
5-6 seconds until Grace was coming through lane at least, and then on the 2v2 we win.
Yeah, and like
But I
just
should respect more.
just like I will show you. You should be here. In the bush, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bush
Okay.
is really good. Like just can go to the bush, so he
Uh-huh.
doesn't have vision over you. The only way he ults you if she was here, but I doubt she does. It's really rare.
Mm-hmm.
So you should be in the bush. Don't go here. Yeah, it's bad if you don't go, cause like she can freeze the wave, right? We're okay with that. But
Yeah,
it's-
but Graves is around, so I don't need to.
yeah, but you should understand that you're in a good position, but your Graves is doing Grump. He's like coming top. So be here
Mm-hmm.
and wait. Be patient. Like you're one of your most and your strongest weapon as a player is always patience. Be patient sometimes with how your teammates play and how your matchup play. Like now you're in danger territory. You should be here. You should be in the bush. I know that you wanna crush the wave, right?
Yeah, I mean, my idea here was okay. When the wave comes, I dematerialize the cannon,
Yeah.
and the wave is already pushed, and she can freeze.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, watching that now, like outside the game,
Yeah.
it's better if I just stay in the bush and wait Graves to come,
Yeah.
and then he counter ganks me, and if our Nocturne's all in, we win for sure.
Yeah. Like right now you channeled vision too much into like the minion demo into the cannon. That was
Yeah.
the only thing you were saying. Right?
Yeah, in my mind was
Yeah.
just okay, dematerialize back,
yeah,
but
yeah. That's
bad idea, bad idea.
that's the right thing to do, but not versus this champion. If you were playing versus I don't know something else that doesn't have a global, yeah, it's fine. But when you play versus Nocturne, when you play versus TF, you should always use Fog of War and bushes to your advantage,
Mhm.
because they need vision on you to do something. Well, TF he doesn't. He can just he can get vision with Nocturne. He needs to see you, so you're just like toying with him.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't even in like right here. He's not in range. Right? I think right here is not in range. He needs to-
It's almost
Yeah,
yeah, approx, yeah.
yeah.
Here heals.
Yeah, he doesn't tunnel vision to you. Good.
Here I ask him to come.
Yeah, he
Push
needs
off the
to
wall.
come to break the freeze. He needs to come. Yeah.
I mean, anyway, they can do anything against me now because I have ult.
Yeah.
And here, well,
Well, what the hell is he doing? Okay.
is that
Yeah. Well, it's Graves. It does too much damage, even if he misplayed. By the way. Yeah. Well, the problem with this champion is like right now he's super strong and busted, and it's really hard to punish him because he have too much sustain into his jungle.
Yeah, with his passive.
Yeah, I have no idea if you play him in scrims, but we do because he's like really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think even in mid, Nocturne is fine now
Yeah,
for the sustain.
yeah. They said they wanna nerf mid, but they just buffed mid Noxia. Yeah, he can't contest this. Maybe he can try to smite. Yeah, but yeah. As I told you, without ult, yeah, but
Yeah, I'm useless.
yeah. Like I still don't believe my eyes that there is Olaf mid in. Yeah, it's not serious at all. How people can be serious? Is this guy an OTP?
No, he's not. He's not.
So
I think he's not. Or
he,
oh yeah, okay, yeah,
oh, oh yeah, yes.
okay. Never mind.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, like that guy was flaming 24/7 because we were diamonds, and well, his master 0 LP, so.
Yeah, and he's okay. Why do people even flame? I don't know. Like you can spend a millennia arguing about people in solo queue, but you can't find a solution because it's about people. So you don't need to waste time arguing with people. I like the fact that you don't use chat and argue a lot. I would love to see a poll of you, so I can see, you know, how you use your camera, how you use your macros, how you click too, because that's really important on some champions. Maybe if you have the chance to do it sometimes, you can do it and like DM me and I will review it with you.
Okay. I mean, I can try to record one of my games and let's see how it works. But when I stream, for example, like
Yeah.
my FPS drop like. I mean, normally I play with 144,
Yeah.
and the FPS drop to 60, 50. You know, like it's quite bad. But in Discord it works. I mean, if I stream like you right now,
yeah.
it works for me. I mean, I have no lags problem. You know.
And if you, for example, use don't stream, but like just use OBS to record the game without streaming, just record.
Yeah, I will try that because I didn't try that.
I think
But
you don't lose
for a
FPS.
stream, for
Yeah.
sure. But I try to record and I
Yeah.
tell you
Okay.
if it works.
We can do this like for example in 1 week or 10 days, so we can see if like from today to 1 week or 10 days you improved in something, like if you got there or not, what you still like. We can go even in details about a replay or something, because the POV are really important. Like I can help you a lot with POVs. Like that's something I am really good at, because like I can see how you click, I can see how you use your camera. I can like even give you advices how like when to look, what to do in some situations. Like, but you know, the client replay is like really bullshit. It's not helping.
Yeah. Well, I learned a lot with on LEC and
Yeah, the ProView.
and yeah, the Pro View exactly. I don't remember the name. In the Pro View, like when I watch some matches, for example, I can see how the other guy play, you know,
Yeah.
and exactly how they chase me like 3 times here.
Yeah. Like watching the POV is always good. Like even when I want to do a review of a game from a pro scene or something, I always watch the game and the pro view. Like lately I watch a lot of POV from China, LPL,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps like with the understanding their decisions and etc. So you can really go in depth about the game. Okay. So Nocturne used ult 2 times without result, which is actually should be in your favor, guys. But he got like 3 kills, which is
He's still 1 level advantage to Graves.
yeah, and that shouldn't be the case.
Here, I don't know what he did.
What?
To be honest.
What's
I mean, he pinged that he wanted to use Herald top, and I said, okay. Then I push the wave, we take turret's lives, and then you Herald. and he don't give a fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't think he's experienced with Graves. Yeah, it's him. Yeah, it's not a Graves player. Yeah, he's not a Graves player. He just started to play Graves. Because Graves is a strong 35% win rate with Graves. He's a Hecarim player. Yeah, he's not a Graves player. Okay, so and he goes Black Cleaver.
Yeah, and it's nothing
Yeah,
literally.
it's so bad. Yeah. Okay. Like that's really bad, by the way, from him. No idea why he does that.
And he takes a wave.
Yeah. And it attacks a wave from Kennen, by the way.
It's not like I'm a Maokai.
Yeah, or an or.
Yeah.
That's bad behaviors.
And then he don't give a fuck. I was thinking that I have ult and we could dive, and he don't care. He backs.
That's so free. That's so free.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can solo kill her. I mean, and right now I can even solo kill her, but I respect a bit because I don't know. I mean, it really have ult, you know, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I can burst her down.
Yeah.
So I know if I play slow, I can take turret. So that's what I do. I play with the minions, with auto attacks, and then I can take it down. Now that he don't have E, I can play more aggressive.
The only good
And
the only good thing is that you got first turrets, gold, which is really big for you. Yeah, but you have this guy mid. So they are both premates, by the way, right?
it seems like no. At least they play 2 games in a row together.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they choose.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like imagine you have double cleavers versus no one who's going to stack
Yeah.
armor. No one. That's so bad.
Actually, Olaf called go Trinity here, and it was better.
Yeah, yeah. Even Graves should go lethality items. It's an Edge of Night game for him. Like he should just auto go Edge of Night, and this champion can do shit versus him. Cause you know Edge of Night works versus his ult.
Hmm.
Nice. Exhaustive. Like the problem is like they have too much range into Caitlyn and Corki, and it's going to be like really hard for you. This guy have Nidalee spear on ult. She outrange all of you. Okay, so now you got T1, right? The advice I can give you in solo queue as a top laner, focus yourself. So if you are ahead and you took these turrets, your next goal should be you taking this one. So you should work with the mindset to take this. So waves, vision, respect, and you have like a spellbook to use it properly. Nice. In my opinion, this game, you should have like timed your ult with Nocturne ult, especially if you have TP. For example, if you can like TP to help bot, that will be game changing for you.
Mm-hmm.
But then, is it worth for you to TP to help bot when they have Irelia? And something else I can give you as an advice: when you get these turrets, this camp and this camp should be yours. You should always try to do them. I know it's hard with the Kennen because you don't have like a build into Tiamat or something, right? Maybe with 80 champions you can, but I think this camp you can do it with Kennen. Fine.
Yeah, I have Revenus Hunter.
Yeah.
So I don't lose that much HP.
Even this camp this camp have like negative magic resist, and you can do it. Like always try to farm camps when you get first turrets as a top laner. It's super important.
Yeah, like with APs, well, with Vladimir, yeah, because I have more sustain. But for example, with Kennen, I don't have that much, so
Yeah.
I don't do it so much. But with Vladimir, Jax,
Yeah, of
Fiora,
course.
the type of champions that have
Yeah.
um, lifesteal
Yeah.
or sustain, I do it, like for sure. I like a lot to tax.
Yeah, taxing camps is super important, and that's a reflex you should have. I think at this moment you should have blue trinkets, right? A little bit early. Why blue?
Yeah.
Why blue trinket? Because blue trinkets, they last forever, right?
Mhm.
So you can start pining map here. You start with here, then you get it here, then you get it here, then you put like every time it's up you put it, right? So you're like
Yep.
super fine. It should be like your go-to trinket. Blue one is really good. Again, another thing I'm going to talk about. Let me show you. So right now, do you think you can freeze this wave?
No, not freeze, but I can deny creeps even if it's not freeze. And now it will start on a slow push to her, but
Mm.
okay. I think the right idea here is just last hitting,
Yeah.
and then I yank Irelia as much as I can.
Okay. Let's see.
Even if it's slow push, but I can
Yeah.
deny anyway.
Yeah, true. Let's imagine that in this situation you have the chance to freeze the wave. Do you think it's valuable to freeze the wave in this situation?
Yes, because there is no objectives on the map, literally,
True.
and I have nothing to do.
Yeah, there is no objective. You have nothing to do. Freezing is good. Why? Cause like,
Oh, okay, 1 second. They are calling me.
okay, take your time.
Okay, sorry, someone knocked to the door.
No problem. So, like, in this situation, if you can, for example, when you get T1, if you can freeze the lane, freeze the lane. You know why? Because when you don't freeze the lane, for example, you take 100 gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you push the wave, then your opponents get 50 gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's imagine you freeze the wave and you get 50 gold, right? Right?
Yes.
But your opponent gets 0 gold. What's good?
Yeah, the second one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it that when you said on the game I just like pilot with I think I proto belt or I don't know I just hard push the wave and
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely I shall freeze.
Like the best thing you can always remind yourself as a player is each decision you take you should be mindful of it. What I mean by mindful is like you should understand why you did it. Never do something with a muscular move without thinking about it. That's tunnel vision and that's not always true. And that's not always good. What should be muscle memory for you should be like mechanical decision, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Those should be mechanical. You shouldn't think about how you should ult, how you use your stun as Kennen, how you use your Qs, how you use your E. Those things should be mechanical. But your decisions outside the champion should always be mindful and you should always think about them. The more you think, the better you are. The less you think, the harder the game is going to be. Because you're going to be tuning into like a lot of things. Like you don't have to use Proto Belt right now. You can use your Proto Belt to farm Gromp.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help you farm Gromp, for example. But don't use it on the wave. You better freeze. Because she can't play the game. And like she have 3 CS ahead. You're like even in CS when you should like be ahead. Over her. Yeah. You push and she can just do this, right? Because she
Yeah.
can, and she get this. You denying her nothing, and she's getting more gold, and she gets bigger. She finishes wits end. She's going to be hard to deal with for you. In isolation, but those guys can deal with her.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
and in this situation you didn't check, you didn't keep going to check the wave, and if you saw her, you kill her, right?
Well,
You
no,
don't
no,
have
because
ult.
I don't have ult,
Yeah, don't
but
have ult. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, this ward is good, but like then again, blue trinket is really really good because you can protect yourself. Nice room, but no wave, and you don't have a setup, and he have W, so it's a waste of time. Maybe you can go here, in this bush. Do you think you can kill this guy if he face checking you?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I have to wait the grace for sure.
yeah, you need ult, and if he timed his W perfectly, he can fear you after and kill you, and he have red smite.
Yeah,
But
Resma it's OP for
yeah,
1v1.
yeah, and you have TP, and you should be, in my opinion, bot side. If Drake isn't soon enough, I can see. Yeah, you still have time for Drake. 3 minutes. But don't tell me you're going to kill this guy. Okay. Okay.
I fucked up here.
Yeah.
I waste my
Yeah.
flash for nothing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She's so angry. She wants you so
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but I fucked up here. Like here, I was like, okay, I just waste flash that it's so important with Kennen for
Yeah.
nothing.
It's so important for Kennen, and it's so important for you because they outrange you, the ones you wanna kill.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be flanking when you don't have a setup and you don't have a wave. Maybe if he was pushing and you have something like, I don't know, Oriana, maybe Rise, TF, something like that, maybe you can flank. Now like, there is this gold wasted. There is this gold wasted. Yeah, it's hard for you, but if you were going to chank yourself like that, just do this and back, right?
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I still think that Zonia, especially Seeker, was so important for you. Like versus this, versus this, versus this, and this. It's so important. Like, it gives you like so much armor. But then this is fine. But right now, without flash, you can't use these items, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't go into them. It's really hard without flash. So now you're losing this. And you should back, by the way. You should back. Kennen, you should value your HP. You don't have stopwatch. You don't have room for mistakes right now. And your potions aren't going to help you. And if you pop your ult, they can focus you and kill you. Because they have a lot of ways to kill you. And they have this spell. Which is like really, really obnoxious. Like Lulu right now is one. Lulu, Karma, Set, Thresh are the best support in solo queue. You can like blind pick them. You don't care about opponents because they have too many tools to deal with people, and they don't have a lot of losing matchups. Like you have Vigar E. It's really good with Kennen, by the way, if you get a proper flank. But I don't know, solo queue is so strange. Okay, this guy was 2 level ahead and now he's like 1 level behind. Yeah, nice Graves. He went Tabais into Edge of Night. That's good. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's super ints. Imagine if you had your ult flash here.
Yeah, I call literally Quadra
Yeah,
because they
was,
had no flashes.
Yeah, so you used your other spell to gap close. When you didn't, yeah. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, like here I thought about that. Oh my god, they have no flash now, but
Yeah. If you add flash, you kill all of them. And if you kill all of them, like I don't know. I think your composition is really bad when it comes to Herald to Nashor. Yeah. And meanwhile, this gold was wasted, right? A lot of gold. Like always, you have to be like asking yourself, what am I going to give and what I am going to take. So I will this flank 100% you need your flash to make it happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to do it. Just get this wave. Your flash is valuable. Killing one guy with flash, flanking isn't worth at all. Because you need your flash for this guy's backline. That's how you're going to win fights. You let them come and then you flash ult them and kill Caitlyn, Lulu and Corki. So roaming as Kennen, I don't think it's good unless you have a big setup or your team is like sieging with Herald and they are trying to defend a turret they shouldn't defend, right? Maybe you can flank with ult and flash, but flash should be like super valuable for you as a champion, especially on Kennen. That's why like people use it to play Kalista Kennen, Kennen support. You remember the meta, right?
Yeah.
Like they use it to play Kennen with Kalista because Kalista is the only champion who can make Kennen work without ult. She can throw him to people. Like literally.
Yeah.
I think in this situation you can freeze too. Right? You don't have ult, you don't have flash, and there is nothing at stake. Maybe you wanna prepare for Drake, right?
Yeah. Like here, I want to ask. Like here, I thought if I should push or not, but I decided to push since they wanted to fight the Drake, and I think it's better if I hard push now and I walk to Drake since I don't have TP up.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's the right thing, Like here, I don't have TP, so I decide to hard push this back, waste my gold, and then I walk to Drake.
Okay. So how you should think about that is simple. What kind of Drake is there? Cloud. Do you really need this one?
No, but right
a-
now I think we're ahead. At least,
Yeah.
I mean, not watching outside. I mean,
Yeah.
we're even.
Yeah.
But for items like Corki didn't have the Trinity, it didn't have the first item yet.
Yeah.
So I thought we could like easily win fights. I mean, I think we win fights the most of the game, but we lose at the end.
Like in this situation, this Drake, do you think you need the whole team to be in this Drake? This guy can do it alone, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I think in solo queue, like all team have to be there because
Yeah,
people don't give a fuck. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think they're smart enough to say, okay, everyone push their respective lanes and Graves can solo Drake.
Yeah. I coach a lot of players, and I coach them sometimes. It's live coaching, and I am like, freeze the wave there. He was like, okay, that's really perfect for me. I will freeze, and he freeze the wave, and then they're like, double kill, triple kill, and then the whole team
Yeah.
dies, and he's like, that's why I don't like freezing. But I am like, well, listen, if you freeze or you don't freeze, they're going to die. So what's the problem? Like, it's not your bad, it's their bad. They are fighting for no reason. There is absolutely no way. There is no like, why are they even fighting? They shouldn't be fighting. People should value what there is in the map. They should value items. They should value like spikes. They should value champions and team composition. That's why in low master, diamond, you don't learn the game. You're mostly digging to get to a place when you can at least get quality games and people who can play to their win condition and their opponents' win condition too. Are you enjoying the session by the way till now?
Yeah, I do.
I used to work with the Spanish team back in the days when They just started the league,
Mm-hmm.
and I was coaching a team. I don't know if you remember, but it was named Blackthorn Gaming.
Mm, no, I think it was quite old.
Yeah, it's quite old. Yeah. So basically, we were in second division, and
Mm-hmm.
at the time, the Spain had a big LAN named Trexa.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah, I do.
Yeah. And we went from Division 2 to Division 1, and we won the same year. We won the Trexa too. Like we had three Spanish player, and we had two foreigners.
So yeah, okay.
We had an AD carry from Sweden. He's like he was my player in another team. I bring the player with me, and we had a jungler from Netherlands. He was really good. Like the team was really good. Like at the start they were all Diamond 1 master, low master, but at the end they all improved a lot. But like really true sheer discipline, seriousness, dedication, like like ho- uh, hard work always pays off. Like that's something no one can change in my mind, personally. The more you are serious and the more hard work, you can achieve whatever you want. Just give your time, just give yourself time and be patient. And like always be mindful of what you're doing. Always. No matter the decision you're taking, you should think about it. If it's good or not and value it. Always. And solo queue, you should take solo queue as a competitive game. There is something at stake. And scrims too. If you take scrims and solo queue seriously, you're going to see result after like 1 week to 2 weeks. 100%. If you just autopilot every game, you can play, I don't know, 2000 game, 200 games, I don't know, a day. You're not going to learn. When it comes to you, I think you have a lot of good basic fundamentals. I think your main problems for me are two. You play a lot of champions, and then you a little bit autopilot on some decisions a lot, which comes from your attitude or not caring maybe about the account, but you should. As we talked about it earlier, you should
Mhm.
you should value your main account as an account you need to dig elo and get. It's like a challenge, you know. Like do what I can advise you to. You should use a sheet, Google Sheet or like Excel, and
Yeah, I have one. I started this last Wednesday.
okay, so that's really good. So you put like a date, champion side, opponents, our team comp, opponents team comps, results, and then
Yeah,
you put notes.
watch. Let me show.
Okay.
Okay, I before that I have another one, but I just dropped because between I mean the last 2 months I had like a lot of exams. I'm
Yeah.
finishing my school, so I couldn't play that much. But okay, here, where is? Here was my last one.
Let me check. Where is the stream? I mean,
On
here
our
is
channel.
my yeah. It's
Okay, here now.
okay. Yeah, this one is
Okay.
good. Yeah.
So basically here I put the name of the champions, the matchup, and then I put a color if the matchup is good, it's even, it's bad, it's counter. You know,
Yeah.
the hardest green it's good matchup, the hardest red is bad matchup, and then the soft red it's bad but not so much. It's playable.
Maybe
You know.
skill matchup. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
basically, I put here
so
in the first part,
yeah.
it's how the game went
Yeah.
and what happened in the game, and then what did I learn about this
Okay.
game?
Well, just remind me after we finish. I will share with you a doc. I think it's a
Hmm.
little bit simpler to use. We don't like you have all the names of the champions, etc. So it's more enjoyable, I think. You can use it or maybe not, but I think you will like it. For example,
Okay.
let's see, like you played, check Ornn, Rumble, Renekton, Gangplank, already 4 champions.
Yeah, I had. Okay, where is? Okay, here. I had. Okay, this is old. Okay, but
Yeah,
basically I had here. Okay, champ pool. Blind. If I have to blind pick, like it was, I don't know, 6 patches ago when Renek was Giga strong.
yeah.
If I had to blind pick, it's Camille or Renekton because I had to learn Camille. I mean, not learn, but abuse Camille in solo queue because he's a good champion in solo queue.
But do you
And
think
Gangplank.
do you think Camille is a champion you can blind pick?
No, 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 no,
No,
absolutely not.
absolutely
I mean,
not. Yeah.
no, 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 no.
But
I
if
mean,
you wanna,
here it was for all
okay,
things.
like,
But put Renek here, okay? Basically, blind picks are Renek Gunplank.
yeah,
Then
good.
I have one counter matchup and one champ AP.
Yeah,
One counter matchup will be Fiora
yeah,
against tanks,
yeah,
and then one AP I put Vladimir here, but it can be changed for another AP champions, just in case that there is a full AD comp and I have to pick an AP.
yeah,
Because if not, we insta lose. Then
yeah.
I have to pick an AP,
You
and then
know,
I should not play out of these champions. Never.
okay. Yeah, you should always put goals. Yeah, and list you should follow. Do you know that Vladimir is actually really good into Gangplank?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a counter pick. Like in pro scene, the moment they get GP, or if you saw in the leg, they RP5 the Vlad a lot of the time.
Yeah. I like to play a lot against with Vladimir against Gunplank. If not, I like to play Rice as well. Rice is a really good champ, and I play good Rice. So
Yeah, Rise is good, but at the same time, like Rise is not like
a
how can
solo
I
queue
put?
champ.
Yeah, yeah.
But
In
yeah,
his
I agree. I agree.
in his state right now, he's not that good.
Mhm.
My friend just told me that they won versus SKT because I have a friend who works in his. I'm half French, half Moroccan. He was a friend of mine. He used to play StarCraft, and
Mhm.
he lives in Korea right now. He is married to a Korean woman, and he works with a team named Team Dynamics. You know them? They are in the LCK for the
Yeah.
first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just won versus SKT 2-1. He is super happy.
Of course. I mean, I would love to win against this. Oh, I would love play against SKT, but winning, holy shit.
Yeah. Like their top laner is named Rich, and he's like the faker of Heart of Stone, not Heart of Stone, like Heroes of the Storm, the Blizzard game. He
Hmm.
was he was like 1v5 in Worlds and like competitive games, and he switched to League, and he's really good. Well, let's go back to the game. Like you see, it's hard for you to kill her. She outrange you. You need your flash.
Yeah.
I have no idea how this guy is using like Herald and how this can be in this situation. Yeah, she's dead. Okay. Yeah, Nocturne is really patient. Yeah, but that's really bad from him. See? See, this game you win it with this champion and his E. You just like wait for him to put his E, and then you AR someone and you get like Olaf Axe, Graves Q or R, and you kill someone and you keep processing to get in turrets. That's so easy, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, but like you guys are like, well, let's make Corki spike even faster.
Before, yeah.
Like he's getting there, by the way. The moment he's going to finish this, good luck. Let's see what you did with the Wayne. Okay. Yeah, you have to push. That's why you need blue trinket, because you can blue trinket here. You can even blue trinket here if they are not in vision, because blue trinket they need to take them out, otherwise they last forever. You can even use blue trinket to make yourself safe, so you get wards here. You can ward here too, so you get always vision of this bush. They wanna do
Yeah,
something.
I don't know why I didn't take it like instantly this game because a lot of times I take it. I mean,
Yeah.
almost the 100% of the games I take it for sure. I mean, like instantly, when I get the level 11, I think it
Yeah.
is.
9, I think. Yeah, 11. I mean, yeah. 11, you get it.
Yeah,
It's
no, I
busted.
get
That's
it.
why it's level 11. Do you think Void Staff is like good?
Yeah, that's what I told you before. Like, I wasn't sure about that. I go for it because Irelia was stacking a lot of MR, and Nocturne was building MR as well. But as you said before when we start, my job here shouldn't be take Irelia and Nocturne, and should be take the back lane. So I should go for flat,
Yeah.
flat AP.
Flat and Seeker.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it was like Zonia. I mean, the first part of Zonia, the armor one. Then I went to Protobel. I can finish Zonia's,
Yeah.
and then I go for like Rabadon maybe or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Even Spellbinder was good here.
Yeah. Spellbinder is really good. Like you, at this moment of the game, you should have your Zonia and your Protobelt. Those
Yeah,
items
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
so
I
important.
agree.
Yeah. You could check this. That's lazy. You could just check this. You're not. There is like 5% chance that Nocturne is here. There is like 50% chance that Iria is here. So you can check this. She can't kill you. You can just go back, right?
Yeah,
You can use this word better.
I think they force summoners here because I just overextend.
Yeah, but you could use it here, right? Or here.
Yeah.
It's better. That's the same mistake from earlier. Yeah, and you don't have flash again.
Yeah, and now it's tragic because now I
Yeah,
die.
yeah. Imagine if you use it this here,
Yeah.
you wouldn't lose your flash. That's just
And I wouldn't die now. Like I overextend now for one wave because I expect like it really was too low, so
yeah,
he called base, but I don't respect her. And like here I was backing, I wanted to back, but see like my teammates were like pinging,
yeah,
and I follow the call, and I die.
yeah. Never. Always follow your own decision. If you value a situation that it's really bad for you and you should back, just go to recall. Don't
Yeah, like,
listen.
like as you saw, like I was backing,
Yeah,
and then a lot of pings came, and they were like, "Whoa, push, we help," and I follow that call. No, bad idea,
check,
my bad,
check,
my bad.
check what you're going to give to Irelia. Okay, 60 gold
Yeah.
and almost one level, right?
Yeah. I give him a lot of experience and gold here for free.
And your bodies are like coming. Okay.
I think they don't kill. They just okay. Israel was trolling. Watch that.
Okay. Oh my. Yeah, those kind of plays they lose you games. Like
Yeah.
like right now you lose a lot of gold. You don't have flash. You're dead. And they are doing something in the map and you're not there. And if you didn't use this here, use this here. You don't get ganked. He cleared it and he goes back. You play safe till he shows himself somewhere else. You keep your 2 level advantage over Irelia, and you are safe. And you have flash, and next fight, Drake one, you impact it. Cause like it's the third one for you. That's really important. You need it. I think this game, Soul was how was it called? Yeah, it's Cloud, right? So it's good for you.
Yes. Yeah, it's really good. The Drake is super busted for Kennen.
Yeah, it's busted on Cannon. It's busted on Olaf.
On Olaf as well.
And Veigar. Imagine this guy have ult on 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, so this guy he's going to get super big. Yeah. Why do they fight?
Another shutdown.
Why do they fight like never fight Corki with Lulu up. Kill Lulu then fight Corki. See this champion like for example if this guy picked Brom, you were 100% going to win this game. Yeah. You don't have a Seeker, right?
It's a bit
Yeah.
there for
Yeah.
help him out. But here, like Corki took the Great Shutdown. It was like a lot of gold and 2 kills. Like he took 3 kills
Yeah.
with 1 shutdown, and then like it was basically over. Like I think we win like some fight because Corki.
Hello? Hello?
Okay, sorry,
No.
mic fuck up.
No problem, no problem.
I think we win like one more fight or something like that because we still have a lot of CC for Corki and that stuff, but
Yeah.
then Corki just 1v9. Like Lulu starts to E and W Corki. He doesn't matter about using W on me.
Yeah.
And Corki, well, melts everyone.
Like at this moment, check from this part to this part, you guys should end the game.
Yeah.
Like from this moment onwards, you're losing because they outscale you, and you have nothing for this. You have Kennen, which is actually good versus backline, but you have Graves, he gets outranged. You have Olaf, he doesn't scale, and you have Veigar. You don't have Brom, you don't have Thresh, you don't have Set to like disrupt them.
Mm.
You have like the moment Irelia and Nocturne they can die, jump on you, die, and then the others can just clean with Lulu. Like that's why the first thing I told you was you should always value counter picks. Always. Imagine if you had GP this game, because like no one is going to stack armor in the opponent team, right?
I mean, here I didn't have the counter pick, but yeah. I mean, here I will pick maybe against Irelia Renekton or even Fiora because in 2v1 I can 2v1 them or Nocturne.
Like
But
yeah, if you had last pick in this game, you pick Fiora, but you don't group.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just go side and I don't care about my
and you
team.
win game from side lane because no one can side lane against you.
Yeah. The problem is what I told you. Like we had full AD comp.
Yeah.
Our support wanted to pick whatever that wasn't Veigar.
Yeah.
And I said okay. Then I pick AP. I had to blind pick, so I had to choose if Vladimir or Kennen. And I thought Kennen was better since I don't like playing Vladimir against Nocturne.
So this guy played Veigar because he's streaming or something for content or something. I don't know how many Veigar game. Okay. That's
Well.
he played for stream or something. Sad. So if we want to do a summary of the main idea we talked about when it comes to how to get GM back, can you remind me? Because I always do that with students.
Yeah. Basically, I have to reduce my pool on solo queue.
Yeah.
I have to play 3 max for champions.
Yeah.
Then I have to play like on my main account, like it is finals. Like I
Yeah.
have to play full focus, and
Yeah.
if I want to play for fun or pilot, just go to Smurf or
Yeah.
practice champs.
Yeah.
Um, and if I win, for example, 3 games, I already have like a 60 LP
Yeah.
plus on my account, so I don't have to play more because I already won LPs, so
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Cool.
And if I lose 2, I stop, so I avoid pues,
Yeah.
losing streaks and
Yeah. And
that stuff.
you value counter picks too?
Yeah,
Like,
I have to play like my 3 for champions always, unless I'm counter pick.
Yeah.
I am last picks on red side, so I can choose another pick that it's perfect because on top matchups matter a lot.
Yeah, and if you are first pick, get like blind pickable champion that can survive
Yeah.
lanes ASO.
I want to. I have a note here. What do you think about the about which? I mean, which champions are do you think are the best on solo queue? I will say Gunplank for sure because like I think I play Gunplank really good, so I will put Gunplank for sure.
I think if you have first pick and you play on your main, you wanna win. I think Gangplank is for sure the go-to champion. First pick.
Mm-hmm.
If Gangplank is banned and you are first pick, I think Renekton is good.
Okay.
How's,
Okay, I have Gunplank, have Renekton.
how's your set? Do you think your set is good?
It's fine. It's not my best, but it's not my worst.
Okay. So
It's like I don't know, master level, low master level
okay,
right
so,
now.
So I think you should go set. JP Renekton set. Those
Okay.
are the champion. You have full AD comp, you shouldn't care. Play GP Renekton set. No, don't get Kennen or Vladimir. Just play those champions. But
Okay.
if you are last pick, you can open yourself to champion like Fiora,
Mm-hmm.
Camille. I think is your Camille good or you're still practicing the champion?
Yeah, no. I'm good. I'm good with the champ.
Okay, so because Camille, she survive only if you ban Jax and Renekton. Jax should be go-to ban for you if you're early in the pick and you want a Camille to practice. For example, in your Smurf account, ban Jax.
Yeah.
Because she can't win versus Jax. Neither lane, neither side lane. So last pick, Fiora is good. Camille is good, right? What's good
Mhm.
champion is what's other like counter picks. Yeah, like
Mm,
if you are a red side and you get the counter pick, Vladimir is good. If they have something that's you're going to strive and like get big, tank, or I don't know something like Gangplank, too, right?
what about Hecarim counter pick?
The problem with
What do you think?
the problem with Hecarim, he is a good counter pick. For example, he wins so hard versus Aatrox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can go TP Ignite, and overall the matchup he wins. He wins even versus Riven, by the way. But
Yep.
if versus Riven, you need to invest into armor before going to damage item. Then you win with sheer raw damage and sustain. But the problem with the champion, he is so strong with 2 items and then he falls off with 3 items and more. He can't carry with 3 items, so you need to finish the game really early with the champ. Like, cause he can't afford building full damage, you need to go Triforce. He spikes so much with Triforce, right? His Triforce
Yes.
buy is so strong. But the moment he finished 2 items, he's really good. The moment he's on 3rd item, he starts falling off. Because he's not, for
Okay,
example,
so
he's not a plate.
um,
But if you have, for example, scaling champions mid, imagine you have
Mhm.
Azir or Orianna, and you have something like Graves, Kindred. You can go Hickory, because you still have how can I put it? You have insurance when it comes to damage. Somewhere else, you have like Aphelios. Yeah, you can go Hikarim as a last pick, counter pick, and you do your job early game, you do your job mid game, and then you are a bag of meat, 3 item plus. So you can either engage and bring them someone with E, or you can use a big fear to peel. That's your main goal. But your main goal early game should be to snowball the game and finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think I'm right about the champion? Because I think he's not like that strong with 3 items. Like when it comes to counter pick, and that's a champion that's not a lot of people play, but in solo queue it's good, and it's good versus like dive comps. It's Illaoi, and she's good into Renekton, for example,
Mm-hmm.
right? Red side,
Yes.
for example, red pick 5 Illaoi into Renekton, and they have like Graves and Nautilus.
In the situation
Mm.
before Ilawi, I mean, I like Ilawi, but I think right now it's better because I like a lot to play Urgot. You have a good matchup against Renekton, and when there is a lot of melees or people with low range like Graves,
Yeah.
like the champ becomes like really, really good.
Yeah, like I didn't know you play Urgot. Yeah, Urgot is good too. Yeah, true. True.
Okay, so I'm doing a note. Basically, I have Gunplank first choice, so blind pick, Renekton second, and Set third,
Yeah,
and then Fiora, Camille, and Urgot for counter pick.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Cool.
you can add Maokai, for example, in red side. If you have like, for example, too much damage in your team comp, like you're the last
Mhm.
one to pick, you have Aphelios, Israel, you have Kog'Maw, Lulu, you have Twitch something, and you have Azir, and you have damage, Kindred, etc. And you think your team needs a wall, a tank, so you need to buy space and zone for your team. Maokai is really good.
Okay.
Even Ornn is really good too, but you know that his laning phase got nerfed, and you need to play around that. But still, he gives free scaling to your teammates. He gives like 7k gold worth of items to your teammate, and he's really hard to kill. And he's good. He have good engage, good peel. He have damage, etc. So you can still get Ornn in some situations. And mostly when you have double AD carry camp, Graves AD carry, Kindred plays an AD carry, something like that. Corki, for example, this situation they have Corki, Caitlyn. So if they had Ornn, it's really good.
Yep. Okay.
I would really love to continue, but I have a scrim in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. We've been here for 2 hours.
I really enjoyed like the time, because like you're really talkative and like you speak your mind, which is actually really rare with players, and you value feedbacks and like you think about them. That's really good. I think as a player, you have good fundamentals. You just need to take your main icon seriously. It's your portfolio. It talks about you. It's like a painting, and you're the painter. When we check the painting and we are like, this is Salvador Dali, we know he's a good guy. So your account is like that. Show that you're good. Dig elo in your main account and put challenge. Try to outrank your opposition. For example, players in the league playing against you. Like,
Okay.
for example, if you're the 5th top laner when it comes to elo in your league, try to become the 4th. That's your goal in the week. Outrank the 4th one. Be the 4th one. He becomes the 5th one. Then do the same with the 3rd one, and so on and so on. And like
Okay.
value your main accounts. Practice champions on your Smurf. On your Smurf, you can even play without looking at the minimap. Just enjoy the game to your limits. Laugh, like make it joyful. But in your main account, make it joyful, but mostly mindful of what you are doing. Okay.
Okay.
So I thank you again for your time. It's always a pleasure, like to do things with players. I'm going to stop recording, and I will upload it so you can get it. I will give you the
Okay.
link, don't worry.